This is a sneak peek, an official sneak peek, because this kit does not even come out until March 1st. So you guys are going to get a good long look at everything that's going to be available this month from me in the buffet sale. Hey there, it's Tracy with Trixie Scraps, and welcome back to another episode of Scrap Saturday. We're going to be working on a layout using a template from my blog, which I will actually show you is available here. I will link this down below. This is our template challenge for February. And we are going to be working with my brand new kit. I won't usually give this advance of a sneak peek at everything. It's actually not even really a sneak peek, it's a complete look. But I just really want to work with it today. I'm really excited to work with it. I like how it came out. So we're going to use that, and I am going to be using this photo of my nephew and I, which I'm trying to think when I took this in November, the same visit that we were back in New Jersey for my sister-in-law's wedding. And you may have, if you've watched a previous episode, I scrapped a page of my nephew and my husband together, and now it's my turn. So that's the photo we're going to be using today. Before I jump too far into working on the page, I just kind of want to show you what's coming out this month for the buffet sale. So this is the full kit. There are 20 total papers in the kit, as well as 52 embellishments. It is kind of a boyish kit, but also would work for girls if you like to use blues and browns and oranges and greens on your girl pages. Let's show you the rest of what's in the kit and give you a closer look at the papers. So those are the kit papers. Like I said, there's 20 papers total. There's 9 coordinating solids and 11 pattern papers in that kit. And let's see, I have some bonus alphas that will be available that coordinate. It's the same unicase alpha. It also has numbers and common punctuation, but it's available in 6 different colors. So what's great about that is you can kind of mix and match all the different colors, and also mix these with the alpha that's in the kit, which I'll show you in a minute. And that'll give you some really cool effects for your page titles. Let's see. Then, of course, what collection of mine is complete without cardstock? I always have to make the embossed cardstock. So you have a full pack of that to go with everything. This is the kit alpha. I'll just pull up this all-in-one, and you can see it's got like a wood grain with like a embossed or beveled edges on the alpha. That's what I meant to say. Let's see. Then, of course, these are the kit elements. We'll get into those as we start working on the page. I am doing a set of photo masks with this collection because a previous Scrap Saturday episode I used a photo mask, and I got some good feedback on that. There was a lot of people who wanted to see me start offering photo masks in my store again. So this is my first new set in a very long time. So if you're the kind of scrapbooker who likes that look on your pages, that's where it's at for you. Let's see, what else do we have? I have a coordinating pack of gingham and plaid papers because, again, I'm pretty well known for my plaids especially. I have my own little secret about how I create them, and I will never tell anybody how I do it. I think my plaids are pretty unique in Digiland, so they're my little closely kept secret. I hope you like them as much as I do, and I know I do have a lot of customers who really like my plaids a lot. And then, of course, I have a coordinating template pack, and I am not using one of these templates today. I'm going to use the one from the blog, but super cute templates, lots of photo spots in them and lots of layering, and that's what I was going for with that set. So there will also be a coordinating set of word art, a coordinating set of quick pages, and a coordinating set of Facebook timeline covers. But yeah, they're not done yet, so I don't have those to show you just yet, but they're coming. So that's what we're working with today. I did do a little bit of work already on this photo, and I don't know why these are, whoa, okay. I don't know why those are showing up like that. That's not really what I want. I did do some Pioneer Woman. She had on her blog many, many moons ago, she had some free photo actions that she had given out. I think they may still be on her blog. I will look after I'm done recording this video. I'll look and see if she still has them up, if I can find them. If I can, I'll link them in the description down below. But I did just want to give her credit for them because I did use her, I think her boost and her soft and, oh no, I used her Old West and her soft and faded actions on this photo. So that's the effect that we get at the end. And I could show you the original, but anyway, I just used that. I did a little bit of sharpening on the eyes, which is always a great thing to do with your photos. Whiten the teeth a little bit, and that's pretty much about it. It's really all I had to do with that photo. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it in here. Now again, these are the same set of photos. If you watched a previous episode of Scrap Saturday, I explained that my cute little nephew got his little hands on my camera. He was playing with the buttons, and we didn't realize it at the time, but he had changed the setting for the size of the photo that the camera would take. And so this last day that we were there visiting with him, he had changed that setting, and all these photos that I took of us that morning are all kind of small. So I may lose a little bit of quality on this when I bring it in here, but you know, it is what it is. So I may actually have to change the orientation of this photo so that it's kind of going the other way. We'll see. Or I'll just change the shape of it maybe. That might be what I have to do. I might have to change the shape of this photo. Anyway, so I had asked in my previous video for people to send me questions, things they wanted to know, either about me or about digi-scrapping in general. And much to my dismay, I did not really get too many questions sent in. So I think I'm just going to chatter about stuff that's just going on in my life today. Maybe we'll have better luck next week, and maybe people will send some questions in for the next video. Who knows? So, yeah. Before I do this, let's go like this and center this. And we're going to move that down. Anyway, so there were a couple of questions that just came in today because I kind of sent out another reminder on my Facebook page and in a couple other places. But the questions that came in weren't really kind of the things that I would cover necessarily on a Scrap Saturday video. They were more technique-based questions, which I've added to the editorial calendar for future Masters Monday episodes. So you'll see those coming soon. But like I said, they weren't really questions that I would just cover in these chatty, scrappy kind of videos. So, but I will get to them soon, I promise, to the people who left those videos. They are on the editorial calendar, and I will be sure to do tutorials on the things that you asked about soon. So, I'm just editing this template a little bit to work a little better for me, because that photo I didn't want to keep sizing it up so much. I don't even know why I moved that up because I'm going to delete that, but it's just so that I have a frame of reference for later on. Now I could size this back mat down a little bit, but I kind of like it so far. I may end up changing the size of it later on, but for right now I kind of like how it looks. I don't really know what happened with these filters and why they ended up underneath the photo, but I'm going to go ahead and drag this boost back up just because it does kind of pop those colors just a little bit more. And I'm going to merge these, and then I'm going to bring this back in and resize this again. Oops, where it needs to be, because I did want that boost on there. I don't know what happened as I was working with that photo. I don't know how those ended up underneath. I'm finding, I don't know if you guys find this, but some of my older photo actions that I have, sometimes they don't work exactly right with the newer versions of Photoshop. Like, I'm working with CS6, and I think those actions were created back when CS4 was current, perhaps. So sometimes I think it has like a command to do the layer before or something like that, and I think they may have taken that function out of CS6 going forward. So sometimes my photo actions that I have that are older act a little wonky for some reason, but it's fine. I just moved it above it and did what I wanted to do with it, so we're good now. So I like how that looks. I don't even think it's going to need to be sharpened. It's not too bad, actually, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so now I'm just going to work on this layout while I chatter about silly stuff. So what's going on with me this week? I actually, let's see, we'll talk about medical stuff. How's that? That's pretty much what's going on in my world. I have been tested, I can't even tell you how many times over the years, for underactive thyroid. I mean, ever since I was probably in my early 20s, I've had countless doctors suspect that I had a thyroid problem and run some tests and then come back and say, oh, no, 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 you're fine. There's nothing wrong with your thyroid. So, I just kind of took it in stride all this time and didn't think much of it. But recently I was doing some reading on a website that I follow about polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is an endocrine disorder that causes infertility and other things that I happen to have. And I was reading that there's a huge percentage of women that have PCOS who also have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune version of underactive thyroid. So the tests that have been done all these years, they weren't thorough, they weren't complete, a complete look at everything that was going on with my thyroid. So I found an endocrinologist and I went in and asked her to do a thorough workup on my thyroid, including some of the tests that had not been done previously. And lo and behold, not only do I have an underactive thyroid, I have Hashimoto's disease. So what Hashimoto's is basically your body, for some reason, gets deceived and it starts recognizing your thyroid tissue as an invader instead of as a part of your body, and it starts sending immune cells, or immune cells basically, to attack your thyroid. And so over time your thyroid becomes damaged, and then it doesn't work as effectively as it should, and then you become hypothyroid, which means you have an underactive thyroid. So I found all that out, and I parted ways with the endocrinologist pretty quickly because she wanted to put me on a medication that I didn't want to be on because I had done some reading about it, and it wasn't necessarily recommended. Or some people say that they don't do as well on it as if they were on. It's basically a synthetic, man-made form of thyroid hormone, and I wanted to be on a natural form. So she kind of gave me a really hard time about that and said I didn't know what I was talking about and I needed to stop reading blogs, and it got pretty nasty. She wasn't very nice to me. So I fired her pretty quickly and went and found a new doctor. And so anyway, the new doctor had absolutely no problem putting me on the natural thyroid hormone that I wanted to take. And I've been on it now for a little more than 7 weeks, I guess. Something like that. Well, I guess when they did the blood work, the follow-up blood work, I'd been on it for about 6.5 weeks. So yeah, now it's been about 7, maybe almost 7.5 weeks. So to make a long story short, she called me this week to let me know that my blood work came back and gave me my new numbers. And surprisingly enough, they are almost now in the normal range and everything's looking good. But the bad news that I got was that the thyroid antibodies, which is literally the immune cells that are attacking my thyroid, instead of going down in number, they went up. So the reason for that, she thinks, is because I don't have celiac disease, but I may have a gluten intolerance. And because of that gluten intolerance, my body is, when I eat gluten, my body is recognizing that gluten protein, and it's causing more of an autoimmune reaction where my body attacks my thyroid some more. So I can take all the thyroid medication in the world that I want to take, but as long as I keep gluten in my diet, I'm going to continue to have problems. This was her opinion on it. So she has encouraged me to officially go gluten-free, and so that's what I'm now working on. It is going to be a little bit of an adjustment. I certainly have a lot of learning to do about what exactly has gluten in it and what doesn't, because in the past I've tried to eliminate most of the gluten from my diet, but I was kind of doing it just casually, not real strictly. So yeah, so I need to make a more concerted effort at it now. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes, but that's pretty much what's been going on with me this week. Just, absorbing that news and planning for, how I can follow through and basically get off the gluten for good, like she's asked me to. And hopefully the next time she runs blood work, it'll come back and it'll be a little bit better. So that's my hope anyway. So I guess since I've told you guys all this story, my next question would be, are any of my viewers gluten-free? If you are, what are your favorite recipes? What are your favorite ways to kind of enjoy that gluten-free lifestyle and not miss your bread and stuff like that? I don't really eat too much bread anyway, but on the odd occasion that I, want to splurge and want to have a little bit of it, I'd like to know that there's options out there. So I'd love to hear what your experiences are with being gluten-free, if you have any. If you have blogs or websites with recipes and stuff like that you would like to share with me, by all means, please link me up in the comments below, because I would love to hear that or see that. So I'm just going to continue working on this layout from here. I'm going to go ahead and put the video on fast forward so that I can get it done pretty quickly. This is a pretty simple template layout. I want to keep it simple and kind of just want to get it done today. So enjoy. Here we go. Alright, so that's the finished layout. I just have the one photo of me and my nephew, and I pretty much used the template as was, except I just shrunk the size of that photo down a little bit, and I used one of the word arts from the kit for my title. And then you might have noticed I used the healing brush tool on the journal box that came with the kit to get rid of the lines, because I didn't want them for this particular layout. But that's about it. Thanks for watching this episode of Scrap Saturday. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment below if you have any questions. And I hope you'll subscribe and tune in for the next episode. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye.